Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time, you're welcome to Debsy Kitchen. Thank you guys for all your support. Thank you for all the love you have been showing me. I really appreciate you guys. So please guys, I'm gonna share this soft donut recipe with you guys today. So please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do by hitting on the red button below to subscribe and hit on the bell notification close to the red button so you'll be able to be notified whenever I upload new recipes. Thank you so much, and please do like, share this video. So in this video I'm going to share this soft donut recipe for you guys. So please guys, don't forget to check my other videos. I have very nice videos for you guys down below, so do to check. And the description, I'll be in the description box I'll be dropping the full recipe of this donut. So in a clean container, put in your half cup of sugar, your half cup of warm water. You're going to be using 11 grams of instant yeast. Your yeast is very important. If your yeast is good, your donut is good. So here I'm just going to add the yeast now, and I'll stir it and cover it to proof for 30 minutes. Yes, 30 minutes. I'm going to leave this yeast to proof. While that is proving, we're going to sieve our flour, our other ingredients into the mixer to prepare for the donut. Keep this aside. So here I'm going to measure 3 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. That's what I'm using. There's the number 3 as the third cup. I'm going to sieve this. I'm going to add in half teaspoon of salt. I'm not using salted butter, so I'm going to put a little pinch of cinnamon powder. If you have nutmeg, feel free to use nutmeg. You can use any flavor of your choice. So here I'm going to crack in 1 egg. Remember, our yeast has been sitting for over 30 minutes. So here is my yeast. How will you know if your yeast is well proof? You can see it's looking very foamy. Yes, that's the only way you can know that your yeast is active. So I'm going to pour in my active yeast into the flour mixture. If you mix your yeast with sugar, it's very good, but yeast is not good with salt. Don't mix yeast and salt, but you can mix it with sugar. So here I'm going to close the mixer. I'm going to just give it a spin. I'm going to mix it a bit. So here you can see I mix it a bit. So I'm going to add in my scrape the side down and add in half cup of milk, evaporated milk. That's what I'm using. So I'm just going to add in, and please add in on those sides that are dry, that has dried flour, that is not well mixed yet. So I'm going to give this a good mix, about 2 to 3 minutes. I'll add in the remaining batch of the milk, let it mix. I'm going to open it, scrape the side also to make sure that there's no dry flour beneath the mixer or in the mixing bowl. So here I'm going to add in soft butter, about 1.5 tablespoons of soft butter. This will enable the mixer and the dough to mix very well, so you get that smooth texture and very fluffy donut at the end. So I'm going to mix this for 10 minutes in low speed. So you can see this after 10 minutes. You can see the way everything is well mixed and it's looking so smooth. So I'm just going to scrape everything together. I'm going to use oil. Feel free to use melted butter, but I'm going to use groundnut oil to dab on the dough. So when the dough rises, it won't stick to the bowl. So you have to rub it to the side and on top of the dough. So I'm going to cover this and let it sit for 30 minutes to rise it or to double in size. So this is after 30 minutes. You can see it has already doubled in size because our yeast is very active. So I'm just going to give it a punch. I'm going to mix everything together. So we are going to knead this. You can see I placed it and I added sprinkles of flour. So I'm going to knead this. So here, if you are kneading your dough, the way you knead your dough, you don't need it to be flat like it's chin chin you are doing. So if you want your dough to be big, you need to just roll it small, not so, at least to be like 2 inches or 1 inches. So here I'm going to be using donut cutter to cut this. But if you don't have donut cutter, feel free to use to just mold it round. So here you can see I'm just placing it on a tray that I've already used flour to sprinkle. So I'm going to do all this and roll the remaining ones. So here you can see I'm done rolling. I just covered it to rise for another 30 minutes. So here I just drop one, and then immediately, how will you know that your oil is in the right temperature to introduce your donut is when you drop little dough or donut into it. It will bounce back immediately, so you know that your oil is hot. So you are just going to be waving all these donuts in the oil. You just be turning it around so that it won't get burned, and please fry it on a low heat. Yes, so your donuts will not get burned in the outside and inside is not cooked. So you see how our donut is looking very fluffy and beautiful. So this, you can also store this your donut in a tight Ziploc bag and place it in your fridge. So whenever you are ready to eat or to give it to your kids to take to school, you just microwave it or you keep it overnight outside. It will just come back to a room temperature and your kids can enjoy it. So here I stored mine in Ziploc bag and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator.